One of the major reasons that we came to Dono-Manga, Chad, was to research the location and the possibility of building an orphanage here. Over the last 3 years, we have found 41 children that actually have no parents whatsoever, no one to take care of them. They're here behind us, and these children are now either staying with other families or their friends, or they're just basically living on the streets here in Dono-Manga. We realize that that's not the way God would have it, and so Hope Springs is planning to build an orphanage here that will house all 41 of these children. We realize that the cost is going to be significant for this many children, but we believe that there are people out there that are willing to invest as little as $100 a month to provide support for each of these children. And Phil?
And you know, if you can't do $100, then we can do this together. We can tag team these amounts. If you can do $30 a month, that's fine. We'll find other families that can fill in and do the rest. But let me tell you something. You think about your life right now. Think about who you are and where you are in your life. And imagine what would have happened if at the age of these kids, both of your parents died of a disease and you were all alone. What kind of life would you be living now? Where would you be now? Would you be where you are right now? You see, we've got an opportunity to help children. We've got an opportunity to be Jesus to children who don't know Him. But when they stay at this orphanage, they're going to know Jesus, and they're going to know that God's people took care of them and helped them out. I think we need to look at this as an honor to be able to have the opportunity to do this.
Right, I believe that too, Phil. And I'll tell you something else. This is not going to be a normal orphanage. We have over 17 acres to develop this orphanage on with the other buildings and projects that we've got going here. And one of the things we're going to do is to develop a farm. As you can see, some of these children here are old enough to work on a farm. If you remember when you were growing up, if you're my age, you worked on a farm a lot younger than many of these children here. We want to be able to teach them to know how to do not only farming, but also dry season farming, which is the key to living in a desert climate like this. And not only will they help provide support for their orphanage and for themselves, but they'll be learning a skill that when they leave here, they can literally go out with just a small piece of land and actually provide food for themselves and have enough to sell and actually make a living for themselves. So the critical part of what we're doing here is like everything that we do at Hope Springs. We're doing the kinds of things that one day we can walk away from and know that they'll be able to stand on their own 2 feet. This is not the kind of project that's going to ask you to give money for the rest of your life for these children until they're 18. We're talking about a program that in as little as 2 to 5 years could cause most of these children to be in a position to be providing the majority of what they need for their own personal support. So give it some thought, think about it, and consider supporting one of these kids. Phil, you close us out.
God may not give you very many opportunities to really impact people like this. And these aren't just people, these are kids. If this doesn't touch your heart, then I'll just be honest, we're not even talking to you. But if you get this, if you get what we're saying, this is an opportunity to do some real good, then I hope you'll support it. I hope you'll get behind it and do whatever you can. Thanks.